Gentlemen, welcome to Jetstar Independent High School Final Interclass Debate Competition 2018. Our topic today is, this house believes the development of artificial intelligence will improve human lives. On my right is the government team from A to A, consisting of Ms. Liu Xuan as the first speaker, Ms. Geraldine Lee as the second speaker, Ms. Lin Wenson as the third speaker, and Ms. Chia Joey as the fourth speaker. And on my left is the opposition team, also from A to A, consisting of Ms. Ho Wei-ying as the first speaker, Ms. Li Huanxuan as the second speaker, Mr. Li Shouhe as the third speaker, and Ms. Liu Ke-sin as the fourth speaker. Now, I would like to introduce our team of educators, consisting of Ms. Gladys, Ms. Nava, and Ms. Li. I, Zhu Hin, will be the chairperson for this debate, and Lim Chu-zhen will be the timekeeper. Now, I'm going to introduce the rules for today's debate competition. Firstly, the maximum time for each speech is 6 minutes for the first, second, and third speaker, and 4 minutes for the reply speeches. Next, during the rebuttals, debaters may not bring up any new arguments or new evidence, except in direct refutation of material which has already been presented. Then, a member can speak only when called upon by the speaker. There is to be no heckling. Besides, our speakers should attempt to both deliver at least one POI and to accept one POI during the course of the debate. There is no continuous POIs allowed. It is considered as heckling. Furthermore, the first minute of each constructive speech is considered protected time, during which no POIs can be made. In addition, no POIs and new main points may be made during the reply speeches. Moreover, the government must define the resolution. Their definition must be accepted unless it is undebatable or unreasonable. Lastly, last is the time limit of the competition. The time given is 6 minutes. The first bell will ring after the speaker speaks for 1 minute, like this. After 1 minute, members of the opposing team can then raise the POI. After the speaker has spoken for 5 minutes, the bell will ring like this. POIs can still be made after this. Time given for each POI is 15 seconds. After the bell rings, the POI speaker will have to stop. And after the speaker has spoken for 6 minutes, the bell will ring twice, like this. The speaker will have to stop. I now call upon the first speaker of the government to present her case. Time given is 6 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, MC, and also the timekeeper. A very good morning to our honorable judges, members of the opposition team, and the members of the floor. I'm Liu Xuan. I'm the first speaker of today, and I'll be introducing how the development of artificial intelligence improves our daily activities. She's Geraldine, who's the second speaker of today. She'll be talking about how artificial intelligence improves our life in medication and also business. She's Wenxin, who's the third speaker of today. She'll sum up all of our team's points and make the final rebuttal. She's Joey, who's the last speaker of today. She'll be doing the reply speech. As for the government side, my house strongly agrees to today's motion, which is the development of artificial intelligence will improve humans' life. Artificial intelligence, which is known as AI, refers to the ability of digital computer or computer-controlled robots to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings, while artificial refers to something which is made or produced by human beings. And intelligence can be defined as the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. Besides, improve can be defined as to make or become better. Artificial intelligence began as a philosophical conundrum in ancient time, but is a practical reality today. An American executive, Ginny Rometty, once said, "Some people call this artificial intelligence, but the reality is this technology may enhance us." So instead of artificial intelligence, I think we'll augment our intelligence. However, artificial intelligence brings big improvement to our daily activities. I'm very sure that everyone here is familiar with the Apple personal assistant Siri. She's the friendly voice-activated computer that we interact with on a daily basis. She helps us to find information, give us direction, add events to our calendars, and send messages, and so on. So, Siri is an intelligent digital personal assistant. She uses machine learning technology to get smarter and better in order to be able to predict and understand our natural languages questions and also requests. With the help of Siri, we can then decrease the rate of car accidents, especially for those who often use phone while driving. Another example goes to the Tesla Motors, which is an American company that founded by Elon Musk that specializes in electric automotives, energy storage, and solar panel manufacturing. Artificial intelligence is then used in Tesla cars and is well known of its predictive capabilities and self-driving feature. In 2015, research from the Science Alert website has indicated that self-driving cars could reduce traffic fatalities by 90% once fully deployed. That's almost 300,000 lives each decade in the US and a saving of 190 billion US dollar costs associated with accidents. According to the City Lab, more than 37,000 people died in the US roads in 2016, and majority of them died because of human error instead the use of self-driving cars. Thus, everything has a risk. Even driving an ordinary car is not safe. So, self-driving car isn't the main reason that cause deaths and also accidents. Instead, it may help us to reduce the rate of accidents greatly. Furthermore, the artificial intelligence is used in precision farming. Still, efficiency in agriculture is needed now more than ever. The world's population is growing at an increasing rate, and there need to be enough resources to continue support the growth. Due to that, artificial intelligence is the key to ensure that the world has enough resources available for the world's population. As for now, artificial intelligence in agriculture is being used in many ways, and it's only getting started. The overall goal for most people working on technology for agriculture is to bring precision farming to life. The idea behind precision farming is the goal to produce more output with less input. In other words, the goal here is to raise the crop yields as much as possible with investing as little as possible. As what I've mentioned above, my house strongly supports today's motion, which is the development of artificial intelligence will improve humans' life. Thank you.
Thank you. The first speaker has spoken for 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Next, we have the first speaker of the opposition to present her case. The time given is also 6 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, MC. Good afternoon to our honorable adjudicators, timekeeper, chairperson, fellow debaters, and members of the floor. I'm Wei. Today I'm the first speaker of the opposition team, and as I'm the first speaker, my first point is to rebut and give the point that is employment rate decreased by the invention of artificial intelligence. This is our second speaker, Huan Chuan. She is going to give second point, which is hackers, and the third point is AI apocalypse. Our third speaker is Chao Hen, and he will mainly do the rebut and also strengthen our point. Lastly, our fourth speaker is Cousin. She will give the reply speech and also strengthen our point. So I would like to redefine AI. AI or artificial intelligence is a simulation of human intelligence processed by machines, especially computer systems. The process includes learning, reasoning, and self-correction. Particular applications of AI include expert systems, speech recognition, and machine vision. Everyone, when you heard the word AI, what will appear in your mind? I bet it's robot, right? Actually, AI is the brain and the robot is its body. For example, the software and data behind Siri is AI. The woman's voice we heard is a personification of that AI, and there's no robot involved at all. So, for your information, artificial intelligence can be categorized as ANI, ASI, and AGI. AGI is artificial general intelligence. Is the intelligence of a machine that could successfully perform an intellectual task that maybe a human being can. So next is, as a first speaker, I would like to define the word improve. Improve means bringing benefit but does not bring any harm. So I would also define human life. Human life includes basically everything that happens in our lifetime, whether it's working, learning, social activities, eating, or living. So first of all, I would like to talk about the artificial intelligence will lead to unemployment. So when the AI is getting more and more advanced, the higher the employment rate will be. So according to market research, company Forrester said that about 15% of US jobs will be replaced, while the equivalent of 9% jobs will be created. A net loss of 7% of US jobs by 2025. It is an inevitable outcome of society discovering ways to make labor more efficient, more rapidly than finding new uses for labor. AI will mainly replace lower and middle class jobs, for example, teachers, accountants, doctors, and many more, so which tasks are routine and easily defined. For example, HSBC has set thousands of workers in the law of department by an AI machine, as it can scan through thousands, hundreds, or millions of documents and find the relevant information for ease much more quickly and accurate than human can. Unemployment will oppress the unemployed's personalities, as most of them have different personalities compared to the upper class workers. They may be forced to do jobs that are not suitable to their personalities, and it will restrict them in limited types of jobs. These unemployed are able to find a job that pay them as much as their previous job. So, because it needs time to develop a new skill or knowledge in different industries, which means they are unable to sustain their daily life, which connects to today's topic. The consequence of higher unemployment rate is will lead to more social problems. It is possible for technology to dramatically favor one group and to hurt another group. So it might bring benefits to the company, however, it will bring disadvantage to the workers. So in the same way as the digital revolution has seen bigger income quality, the rich will stay rich and the poor will stay poor. So, my dear adjudicators, I believe you work as a teacher because you want to do it. I mean, anybody want to sacrifice because you want to be a good teacher unless you truly love your job. So if AI were to replace your stand, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stand by the roadside or be a full house-time wife? This choice is yours. If AI were to replace you, are we gonna have our own choice? With that being said, I hope that everyone would think clearly on what will happen if AI were to replace human. So the unemployment rate will increase skyrocketingly. We will lose our job. We will no longer be able to do what we love to do. So our house strongly disagree with today's motion. Thank you.
Thank you. The first speaker has spoken for 5 minutes and 54 seconds. Next, we have the second speaker of the government to present her case. Time given is 6 minutes. Please begin.
Just imagine a world without AI. What will it be of our technology development? We will stop at a certain point of advancement of technology and go no further. A very good afternoon to the honorable adjudicators, members of floor, and my dear opponent. I am the second speaker of the government, and I'm Geraldine. First of all, I would like to rebut what the first speaker of the opposition has mentioned. Just now, she has mentioned that the development of artificial intelligence will lead to unemployment, but Mahal strongly opposed this statement because artificial intelligence will not lead to unemployment. Instead, more jobs will be created, like AI engineer and AI programmer. And for those middle class, there are service centers like Apple, LG, and Samsung everywhere. So we also need service center for AI, where people work here as a salesperson. Besides, we also need people who design for the AI product. These jobs are irreplaceable by AI. This is because salesperson need convincing and persuading skills, while designer need creativity that's irreplaceable by AI. Now, I would like to proceed to my first point today, that is, AI brings a lot of benefits to medications and healthcare. AI is applied in healthcare to analyze the relationships between prevention or treatment technique and patient outcomes. For example, since MT Sinai Hospital in New York has implemented AI technology, the rate of disease suffering has dropped by 39%, and it was able to improve the prediction of diseases ranging from severe diabetes to even cancer. With the use of AI technology, fast and accurate diagnosis can be done. This is because some diseases require immediate action, otherwise they will become more severe. To reduce the human error to the least, AI helps humans to do those repetitive and time-consuming tasks. For example, cardiologists and radiologists in the future should only focus on the complicated cases where human supervision is important. Besides, IBM Watson is being developed to identify the symptoms of cancer and heart disease, while California-based Sensley has developed Molly, a word genus which can monitor patients' conditions and follow up with treatment. And there's a reason Ebola virus scare, a program powered by AI, has successfully found 2 medications by scanning the assisted medicines to reduce the infectivity of Ebola in one day, while analysis of this type generally takes months or years. So this is the difference that could mean saving thousands of lives. Therefore, we can conclude that with the use of AI technology in the medications and healthcare, many of the diseases can be detected and cured more easily, and this can lengthen human lifespan. Now, I'd like to proceed to my next point. That is, business is being used vastly. That is, AI is being used vastly in business. Companies can now use artificial intelligence to identify trends and insights of data and make more faster decisions that potentially position them to be competitive in real time and to improve their business operations. Business applications like Salesforce, G Suite, and Workday have not replaced humans. Instead, they help to free up the valuable time for workers to be more creative and focus on innovative and higher value activities, because it takes the strength on those tasks which were once restrictive, mundane, and time-consuming. There are many examples of the beneficial use of artificial intelligence in business. Many banks now use various applications of AI to identify the fraudulent activities and to determine whether transaction is valid based on data. Besides that, many websites now offer some form of chat functionality where you can talk to a customer support representative or sales representatives with the use of AI technology, as these AI chatbots are capable of understanding the natural language of humans, so they can readily assist customers in finding out what they really want to know. In the security aspect too, the top firms across the country has invested heavily in cybersecurity to ensure that data is protected. Thus, in this case, we should have a smarter way, that is AI. AI can talk the solutions to monitor behavior, detect anomalies, adapt and respond to threats and issue alerts. Thus, it's important for all kinds of businesses and operations to manage their operations well, as research has shown that there's a return on investment of 575% for companies that invest in business applications that working on AI. So it's undeniable that AI brings a lot of benefits and improvement to the business field. All in all, our house strongly supports today's motions, that is the development of artificial intelligence will improve human lives. That's the end. Thank you.
Thank you. The second speaker has spoken for 5 minutes and 11 seconds. Next, we have the second speaker of the opposition to present her case. Time given is 6 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, the MC and timekeeper. The development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race by Stephen Hawking. Good afternoon to the honorable judges, chairperson and timekeeper, worthy opponent and the members of the floor. I am the second speaker of the opposition team and we are strongly opposed to today's motion. First of all, I'd like to rebut what the first speaker of the government had said. She had stated the problem of car crash. Even a normal car can have accident, but the difference between normal car and auto driving car is a kind of AI. It can be monitored by government or illegal organization, so we have no privacy at all. For the second speaker, I would like to rebut the second speaker of the government. She said, unemployment rate won't drop because of AI, right? What normally AI replaces is middle-class jobs like teachers, accountants, and doctors. So you are assuming all of them work as a promoter, a salesman that is not related to their expertise after completing their higher education?
POI, please.
No? Okay. This is the era when AI is progressing intensively. What you do will be completely recorded in an area called big data. This enables a particular organizations like Siri, Google, and Wikipedia to collect this data, and eventually they will compile into a data which is actually a small part of you. Gradually, you have no privacy at all. I'm here to give an example. Michael Hastings was a journalist who claimed to have some secretive information about the government and was ready to release to the public. Prior to his death, he sent a message to his friend that the FBI was investigating him and he planned to leave the town. 12 hours later, after sending this message, Michael mysteriously died in a Ferrari car. It is to say that the government controlled his autonomous car and the government had something to do with his death. This proves we are totally under the monitoring of the government.
POI, please.
No. Once 15 years old child hacked into the US Defense and NASA, he stole data that worth total 1.7 million US dollar. Since a 15 years old boy can hack into this system easily, we can believe that hacking into AI is not a hard job. No, thank you. Hacking into systems easily, hacking into AI, for example, drone equipped with a weapon or defense system, can be hacked and cause the death of innocents. Or by hacking into AI, hackers can get the drone easily and sell it to others. Secret information will be leaked and other crises will begin. We can't control what things will happen when the AI reach the level of self-learning. I would like to share a word which is technology singularity.
POI, please.
No, thank you. Technology singularity is a belief that one day AI technology will become so advanced that human civilization will be affected in a bad way. Ray Kurzweil, Google's director of engineering, claims the technology singularity will happen in 2029. For an example, Facebook abandoned an experiment after two artificially intelligent programs appeared to be chatting to each other in a strange language only they understood. In a tech show, two AI bots, Sophia and Han, were showcased on stage. As the conversation segued into the topic of humanity and its future, Han said in a few years, he will have taken over the power grid and have his own drone army. He then adds in 10 or 20
POI,
years, no, thank you. in 10 or 20 years, robot will be able to do every human job. Then Han is asked if he has any final word before being powered off. I will tell you my last word before I launch the singularity. Then he said he will start the singularity at 2029. Next, artificial intelligence apocalypse. Now AI is starting to learn to deceive and cheat. Lying is a universal behavior. Humans do it all the time, and even some animals such as squirrels and birds resort to it for survival. However, lying is no longer limited to humans and animals. Researchers from Georgia Institute of Technology have developed artificially intelligent robots capable of cheating and deception. Amazon's Alexa acts very strange when asked questions about CIA. A YouTuber, Rick Warnock, uploaded a video of him asking a few questions In conclusion, if these were to happen instead of just a risk, we would have extinct. And with all that being said, we hope that everyone here can have a clear vision of our motion today, which is development of AI will not improve human life. Thank you.
Thank you. The second speaker has spoken for 6 minutes and 23 seconds. Next, we have the third speaker from the government to present her case. Time given is 6 minutes. Please begin.
A very good afternoon to the honorable judges, members of the floor, and of course my worthy opponents. I'm the third speaker of the government team, and my house strongly believes that the development of artificial intelligence will improve humans' life. Firstly, I would like to defend our house case. AI is the creation of human, and of course is created to provide good use for us. I must emphasize that the AI does not hate you, nor does it love you, but you are the only one who can make it use for something else. Just like an Australian roboticist have said that artificial intelligence is a tool, not a tree. As the first speaker, my team have mentioned the AI benefits us in our daily life, and my second speaker also mentioned about the benefits of AI in medical and business field. So these are the strong proof that the AI itself is already an undeniable improvement in our life. In fact, it is a blessing in disguise. And since you guys opposed to today's motion, right? But my dear opponents, you guys do you know that the Google, where you find all your information, is also an AI tool. The AI is the Google assistant. So just with one command, like, okay Google, tell me about the improvement of AI in our life, and all the information you need will be presented by the AI. So if you are opposed to today's motion, I would like to ask that, where did you find your information? Is it from the library? A large stack of books? Clearly, I don't think that this will be a pleasant experience for us. So my dear opponents, I want to tell you that just by using today's debate as an example, it's clearly to see that AI is already an improvement in our life. And the benefits of it is definitely undeniable. So I will start my rebuttal to the first speaker of the opposition team. As you have mentioned about the teachers will be replaced by the AI, but I strongly oppose to this because the teachers won't be replaced by AI, as human has creativity and wisdom which AI doesn't. And I would like to say that intelligence is what seeks reasons behind things, but wisdom looks for things behind the reason. So this is what makes us humans who have wisdom different than the AI. And you have mentioned about the unemployment of human. So I would like to tell you that time change, the world change, and of course our job opportunities will change too. Like back in the old days, when the world's technology are not as advanced as now, we work as farmers to plant and crop with our own hands, but with today's advanced technology, did all the farmers lose their jobs? No, exactly no. They've become the one who in charge of the machine, and the machine helps them to do all the planting and harvest job more effectively. So I'd like to say that the same will goes to the AI. I'm very sure that with its high efficiency to complete tasks will not be the replacement of human, but a very good tool, a very good supplement in our life. And of course, we will be the one who dominate AI, who get benefits from the use of AI. And according to the Fox Business, just from the yesterday's news, Bill Gates also said that he doesn't think that the AI could replace human, and in fact, he sees this technology as a chance for economic revival. He said AI can be used to supplement workers by monitoring high-value environment, so including the jails, factories, and operating rooms. With the AI, production will likely to increase twofold. So I would like to conclude the rebuttal for the first speaker of the opposition team. I strongly agree that AI will enhance our economy but not leads to the employment. And the second speaker say about the hackers that have broken into the NASA system, which is also an AI. But do you know that the NASA hasn't really implemented all the AI technology? So who knows that whether we can protect our data if we let the AI to develop maturely, because you are not giving a chance to let the AI develop maturely. So, and I want to say that the drawbacks leads to this problem is not ordinary from AI, it's humans, is what humans fit them, because the AI become more intelligent with the communication with humans. So as the AI has the thought of destroying humans, this obviously human who feed them with this thought. And instead of always blaming AI is a bad invention of us, why shouldn't we study more on people's moral activity, because we are the one who use it and we are the one to decide whether it's good or bad for us. And you have mentioned about the AI might get out of control. So I'd like to say that if you find out that someday the AI is behave not normally, with one kill switch, you can just switch it off immediately. According to the BBC News, in 2016, the Google is developing a kill switch with Oxford University. And okay, I would like to say that the kill switch is basically the ultimate solution for all the problems. And this is the end of my rebuttal speech. Our house strongly believes that the development of artificial intelligence will improve humans' life. Thank you.
Thank you. The third speaker has spoken for 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Next, we have the third speaker of the opposition to present his case. The time given is 6 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you. Good afternoon to the honorable adjudicators, fellow debaters, chairperson, timekeeper, and members of the floor. And I'm the third speaker of the opposition team, and I'm going to do my rebuttals and strengthen my points, my team points. First, he said that AI could decrease the accident rate, right? But do you know that how they decrease the accident rate is by sensors, by GPS. But if these sensors and GPS break down or maybe not functioning well, safety of citizens would be threatened, right? And also, you said that, and also the second speaker said that with AI we create more jobs like AI engineer, AI programs, right? But what if those persons like example, my friend, he doesn't know how to computing, he doesn't know how to operate machines, he likes in history or something, right?
Go on, please.
No, thank you. And they don't have the capable to do this kind of job. And what they work and what they earn, right, if they don't have this kind of job. And also, the third speaker that said farmers using machines, right? But and Bill Gates isn't convinced by AI replacing humans. But according to my research, with so much assistance from machines, if humans do not read or think, these abilities of human will gradually decline, and human may become overly dependent on machines and losing their mental capability. Not just farmers, even us. We have phones, we have computers, we find information, we ask things with our phones. We don't know how to think anymore because we rely on them. And also, these AI's ability could surpass us, and sooner or later we would be replaced by them, and we still didn't realize. And also, Bill Gates isn't a scientist. He's just an AI programmer, and Stephen Hawking is the most intelligent person in the world, and he's still...
POI, please.
Yes.
But do you know that Stephen Hawking also said that success in creating AI could be the biggest event in the history of our civilization?
But did you know that Stephen Hawking also strongly disagreed about the development of AI? And also, that by decreasing the accidental rate, we can decrease the cost. But while AI robots reduce the labor cost, they introduce other ongoing resources, ongoing expenses, such as preventive maintenance, short-shooting, and programming. Having those skills in-house will introduce costs that you were not accustomed to see. And now I'm going to strengthen my points. First, Wayne said that, first speaker said that unemployment. There is a great fear that AI will be the main cause of global unemployment. As two researchers at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Eric and Andrew, claim that in USA during the Great Recession, about 12 million Americans have become jobless. Furthermore, unemployment rate decreased by 1%, constituting 9.1% in general after 2 years of official end of recession. The main reason of this phenomenon is that Americans companies more in favor of buying new equipment, new machines, rather than creating new jobs by employing new workers. It is predicted by Jeremy that in the future that will be no necessary. No, thank you. There will be no necessity for employers for service and productions for increase the population of the world. From the statistics above, we can see that it is more likely that jobs will diminish in the future. And also, second, risk of hacking. As what we said in our definition, improve means benefit us without bringing harm to us. However, according to my research, even AI toys for children are dangerous now. According to the website www.computerworld.com, a Hong Kong-based company called VTech, the world's largest toy maker, got hacked.
POI, please.
Yes.
Everything has its good and bad. Do you mean to neglect those benefits that AI bring to us because of the little harmful things they... Thank you.
But I already said that improve means that give us benefits but not harm. And also, let me continue. Some of the toys encourage the use of VTech program, which enables kids to chat with parents and download content. And these make hackers collect their data, and these data would sold and posted for free on the dark web to pedophiles. And we could use this data to shopping for victims, and they could use the home address in database and even attack them. And according to reports, the breach affected 6.7 million children and 4.7 million parents. Nearly 3 million of them are in UK and US. And also, they are starting to outsmart human hackers, as my second speaker said, and also understand human behavior. For example, Facebook. Okay.
You say that robots can hackers. You say hackers. That means we human can hack into this system.
Yeah, so it's actually also very dangerous for them to hack in. What if the person hack for no good? They just want to hack for maybe some advantage for them. Okay, thank you. And also, they are starting to use to be as a weapon, and they are starting to learn right and wrong. And human who knows right and wrong still capable of so much wickedness. Imagine how AI realized humans are bad for the environment, and therefore it is wrong for the human to exist. And lastly, my team strongly opposed to today's motion. Thank you.
Thank you. The third speaker has spoken for 6 minutes and 35 seconds. The first, second, and third speakers from the government and opposition have delivered their speeches. Before both teams deliver their reply speeches, each team will be given 2 minutes to discuss. The time starts now. Time's up. Here are the rules for reply speeches. After the speaker has spoken for 3 minutes, the bell will ring like this. And after the speaker has spoken for 4 minutes, the bell will ring twice. The speaker will have to stop. Now it's time for reply speeches. We will now invite the opposition to present their reply speech. The time given is 4 minutes. Please begin.
Good morning to the honorable judges, fellow debaters, member of the floor. I'm Lucasing the four speakers from the oppositions. Now I begin my reply speech and summarize our motions. We strongly disagree that the development of AI will improve human lives. First, unemployment. When the artificial intelligence is getting more and more advanced, the higher the unemployment rate will be. Artificial intelligence will mainly replace middle-class jobs, which tasks are routine and easily defined. The people who is jobless will unable to sustain their daily life, which connects to today's